All right, people, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to this reading. Welcome to me. I am Whitney. This is my channel. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. These are general messages. They won't resonate with everybody, but they'll resonate with some. It's a general message. Ooh. Okay. See what Spirit has to say. Mm-hmm. There it is again. All right. Okay, so something is going down, as it always does. It always has to go down some way. Okay, so this is about somebody, possibly from your past. And they have gone through some type of transformation. Now, take this if it's you, obviously. Or this could be somebody you're dealing with, or this is, I don't know, it could be a watcher. They've gone through a transformation. And I think they've transformed into who they're supposed to be. And, you know, I was thinking about my ex today for some reason. He came popping into my head. And he was, back in the day, ripped. He would be what you would call ripped. But he was also 27, 28 years old, right? And he had a very physical job that kept him in shape. Plus he was, you know, he drank a lot. So he, you know, didn't really retain too much water because he was always dehydrated. And then I believe I think he came to me and then he was like, he said, because this is just an analogy. He said, you know, I don't look like that anymore. And I said, well, I should hope not. You know, you were in your 20s, like you're in your 40s now. There's no way you're going to look like the way that you did when you were 20. Like, I should hope that you know, don't still look like that. I felt like it was a borrowed body. That's kind of how I felt. I was like, you look like that at that time for a reason. It was a borrowed body. You'll get your man body eventually, or you'll get your woman body eventually. Like, you know, same with women, you know, they get their birthing hips, they change, freshman 15, right? Nobody keeps their little petite body. Okay. They all, even if they don't really gain a lot of weight, okay, they still change. Their body changes. Okay. Everybody's does. You kind of can't get away from that. You can nip and tuck with surgery if you want, but age is age and it's going to show. Okay. So basically, I don't know why the hell he came to my third eye, but he often does that. If he has something to say to me, or if there's a message, or he just wants to come and say hi to me. I don't know. This ex has never really gone away. So that's what he said to me today. You know, I've changed. My body doesn't look the same as it does anymore. I just kind of like, I chuckled to myself like, well, you're 40 something years old. There's no way you're still going to look like that. Okay. So there could be somebody coming into your life. They're a solo artist. They're not attached to anything. They're detached, if anything. Okay. And I feel like they're going to send you a message. Okay. I see how that little thing is up. That means that there is a message pending. Okay. Usually, okay. Sometimes I don't really realize why I draw things the way that I draw things, but considering I did the mailbox with the thingy up, that would mean that the mailman has to go and pick it up, i.e. pending, because the mailman hasn't gotten it yet. Okay? So no security threats. I feel like if we're going to take a look in the looking glass, okay, if this person is going to allow us to look into their life for a second, okay, what the universe is saying is that there is no security threats. They are very transformed. I do have this card here with get comfy and cozy. And I feel like that's possibly their energy. They could be what we call fappy, okay, fat and happy. I feel like the get comfy and cozy is their energy. They're very cozy now. They're very comfortable in their skin. Okay. And then with reaching this higher level, they've got some type of upgrade that has happened to them. Okay. And with an upgrade comes a transformation. Okay. And with this treasure, it seems like this person, I feel like treasure is different to everybody. Okay. What they feel like treasure is to them. Okay. Again, different to everybody. But I feel like the universe is saying like this person, who they have become is treasure. And not everybody sees treasure the way that they do. Okay. And I feel like it's this person that is treasure. It's not like what they have or what they have acquired, or what they're going to acquire or going to walk into. That's not what it's about. It's about their soul. Their transformation is treasure. Okay. And I feel like they have this unconditional love for you, or they know how to give and receive affection. They might not have known how to receive affection. They maybe knew how to give it, but they might not have known how to accept it fully into their lives, or they could accept love but couldn't give it. Okay, something like that. I feel like they've reached a higher level for a reason. I feel like, they've accepted love. That was their transformation. And I feel like it's like a kicking and screaming. Yeah, for sure. Kicking and screaming right now. Like they were like, no love. Okay. And then they started getting love. And it was like, whoa. It's kind of like when you see those rehabilitation videos with kittens and puppies and stuff that were found on the streets. If they don't know what love is, it's very hard for them to accept it, that you just kind of have to start feeding them and giving them the things that they want. Okay. And then in return, they'll start to give you love. Okay. They'll start to appreciate what you do for them. Okay. And if they've never had it before, oh, good God. I mean, you're going to transform a dog forever. Okay. If they've never had love before, because there's stabbed in the back. So there is heartbreak. I don't know if this person received heartbreak, if they were heartbreak, if people just deceived them all the time. Okay. Something like that. But they have been betrayed. Okay. And maybe they could have betrayed you. That was before they got into their big boy body, big girl body. They might have been immature. Okay. So you had to separate from them. This also could be like somebody's very unsure of their future. Okay. If they're ever going to receive something. And honestly, you get it when you're ready to get it. I don't see any type of like illness here or blackness. I don't see there's no security threat. So I don't think that this is any type of witchcraft or demonic entities or something that are holding on to you or keeping something from you. I'm not getting that at all. Okay. With the no security threats, look at that union. If anything, the universe is trying to say that there's union coming with somebody that has possibly been separated from you for a while due to heartbreak, due to deception, some type of shocking attack. Okay. And now I feel like they're planning. Yeah, it's almost in the air. They're planning on how they can start this again, or maybe you're planning on how to start something again after a very vicious attack. Because it could be like you're used to getting stabbed in the back all the time. So you're like, okay, if I'm going to do all this transformation, I'm going to change my whole life entirely. Like, is anything going to happen for me? And there's definitely Still death-like energy. Like, I don't know if this person is a Scorpio. There's been a lot of Scorpio energy that has been coming through recently, but that could just be the transformation. That people are transforming. Things are happening to them and they're stepping out of their ego because they're realizing that their ego is the thing that's hurting them. It's not the people around them. It's them. The people around them are trying to check their energy because they know they're acting a fool. Okay, so this could be something along the lines like that. Okay, somebody who was a fool, definitely was a fool in the past, and there was union there, but then something happened, you know, like something got invocated, something started, and unfortunately you couldn't be a part of it. This person was going into their life in some way, and it because they weren't transforming, I believe that you were transforming, but they weren't. And now that they've had, 10, 15 years, 20 years, they have done the transformation that you did when you guys broke up. When the relationship ended. Okay? So there's something coming in right away. This person needed a lot of time to get over their triggers. You could have been some type of karmic relation for them in the beginning. Okay. They had to learn things from you. They had to realize that they had triggers, or you had to realize that you had triggers and that you had things that you unresolved issues and right. And this person had to possibly kind of identify those problems that you were having. Right. So then you could see like, oh my God, I think I'm doing this. I think I'm the problem, They could have possibly sabotaged it themselves. We do have passion on the bottom of the deck. So this person could have been like very lusty and they fell in love with things quick, or they patronize things very quick. Okay. I think they realize pretty quick that the grass was not greener on the other side, but whatever they did, whatever this stabbed in the back shit is, okay, it helped them change and it helped you to stay on your path. Okay. Because there definitely was a lot of sabotage. And if it was them that was really the main sabotagee, then they had to learn without you around. Unfortunately. So this is something that somebody had to go through with somebody in order to fix themselves. Like you might have thought, hey, there was nothing wrong with you. Well, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. But yet you drank all the time. You blacked out. You had awful visions or nightmares all the time and major anxiety. But there's nothing wrong with you, right? Because sometimes we believe that if something hasn't happened directly to us in the last however many years, then we shouldn't be suffering from anything. We should be completely fine. But that's a lie. Because if something happened to you or something happened to them a really long time ago, okay, it's not something that you concentrate on. It's something that you let go. Therefore, it's subconsciously hidden in there. And you might not even know that that's what is triggering you and balancing you. Right? To identify problems, it's sometimes you have to identify what is going on with you, not why other people piss you off or other people do this and other people. You're giving your energy away and giving it the control to others that they can control your feelings, right? But once you get in control of yourselves, it doesn't matter how other people feel about you, or it doesn't matter what other people do. You're grounded in your own energy. And I don't feel like this person had a whole lot of confidence to be able to ground in their own energy. I think they were very kind of flighty. Okay. And Mabon did show up, and that is the season that we're going into. And not all the seasons last for very long. I didn't really know the witchy seasons. What up, Pam? I thought they lasted for like months, and some of them do. Some of the Sabbats last. But it's more like the energy that surrounds them. So we're going into Mabon like pretty soon. Okay, and that's the real growth. Okay, like our vegetables are kind of like starting to, you know, the earthy ones are going to start to fill up. Okay, and the harvest is and the summer has almost completed itself. Right, so like with Mabon showing up, that's almost, I feel like it's kind of giving me a time. I don't feel like this person or this situation, whatever it is you're dealing with, is very far away. Okay. I feel like this union is the next thing you do in your life. Yeah, we're in this season right now. This is Lammas. So we're in Lammas right now. As you notice, everybody's harvesting their crops or harvesting their wheat right now. And if they haven't harvested their wheat, they're about to. Because this is the season where they've already harvested one time, and now they're doing it a second time, and they'll get 1/3 time before the winter's over or before the summer's over. Okay, so this is grounding now. This energy is grounding now. Okay. So there is a union, and take it how it resonates with what the union is. But if it's somebody that you're thinking about, its union is coming very, very quickly. There's a message that it's already on its way. Okay. And yeah, I kind of feel like it is a little bit cloaked, okay, because the energy is very intense. And we are looking through the scrying glass right now, which means we are kind of asking spirit to give us a little bit of answer with what's going on. And unfortunately, when we do ask, we're not always given everything. Okay, we're not always given all of the answers. We have to get some of those answers on our own. Okay, so with the scrying mirror and then cloaked, I'm like, okay, they're only going to let me see so much. Okay, they're only going to let me see so much and scry so much until, you know, imagination takes flight, and then we could end up God knows where. Okay, so take it if it resonates, but there's definitely, if there's somebody that you're dealing with or an ex that is in your energy, or somebody that you feel is in your energy, this could be the solo artist. Look at Mabon right there. I knew it. It's coming quick. Okay. Something's coming in quick. Ain't that much more time with something with this treasure. Which again, I feel like not everybody thinks that this is treasure. Not everybody believes that this is, you know, because it's not for them. It's for you. Okay. So take it if it resonates. Okay. Oh, hey, Pam. Yeah, Pam says hi to a lot of people. Pam's been around for about 20 years now. My moderators tend to just say hi to people who talk. They're very nice. And it's not Ryan from the looks of it. It's Rylan. But that's okay. Uh-oh, somebody's writing inappropriate things. Oh, this guy. Oh, man, this guy's telling me that I should put his ding dong in my mouth instead of talk. And no, thank you, sir. I would rather this delicious triple coffee. That's what I want in my mouth. Oh. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. My bad. What's going on, Pam? Not your bad. Don't worry. You good, Pam. You're good. You're good. Oh, JK 11. JK 11. I don't know why people ask me why I'm swearing. Why are you cussing? Why are you swearing? You know, they're just words, right? I don't understand, like, does God tell you that swear words are swear words? Because they're just words, you know. They're just words, people. If you let words control you, if you let people control you, if you let what other people do annoy you, that's really going to fuck your life up, okay? Oh, I dyed my hair yesterday, obviously, or the day before. My scalp is so dry. I burnt my head. All right, people, this is a general message. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Whew. Excuse me, what? Wow, okay. So I'm getting this message right now that this Queen of Cups, okay, is being attacked. Okay, now in this card this is the Frankenstein card. Okay, now as you can see, all the townsmen are trying to attack him. Now he is trying to defend himself / attack back. Okay, so the whole analogy of the card basically is, who's the real monster? Okay, is it the one defending themselves, or is it the ones that are waving their sticks in their fucking face attacking somebody? Really, who is the monster and who is to be blamed here? Okay, who's the antagonizer and who's the victim? Now, I feel like this Queen of Cups, okay, is getting deemed the antagonizer when really they're the fucking Queen of Cups. Okay, they are not antagonizing shit. They're all in their heart, and if that is pissing off somebody, then they're saying that by her being in her heart space, they're a monster. Because by them being in their heart space, it's attacking somebody that's in their head with the devil. Okay, now this queen is dealing with this emperor. I don't know who this guy is, okay, but I believe knows that this queen is sitting in the Seven of Wands. Now, I think he's trying to figure out who's to blame here. Okay, because the moon is here, which means there is illusion. Okay, there is illusion. There is something that people aren't seeing with this queen. Okay, so somebody has to investigate it, and I feel like this emperor is the one to do that. I feel like in every case, there's always one energy that steps up and says, something's not right here, and I'm gonna figure it out. Something smells fishy, okay, and I'm gonna figure it out. And the fact that we got the Page of Wands here, Reagan, okay, all possessed and in Captain Howdy's energy. Look at the next card that follows. That looks like the fucking mom from Psycho. Maybe it is. I've never looked at what this movie is. Let's see if oh, that's not right. Should be a big book. Oh, it's this one. No, it's not. Anyways. Obviously, I'm taking up way too much time, but I don't know where the damn book is, but I don't know. I feel like that's like the mom from, I still feel like that's the mom from Psycho. But, oh! Passion was on the ground in reverse. Okay, 9 of Swords. Somebody's worried. Okay, and I feel like it's this Queen of Cups. I feel like, you know, they're trapped somewhere and they're desperate to defend themselves, and all these people around them are acting like jabbing them and attacking them is the right thing because they're the monster, but they're not trying to attack anybody. They're just trying to defend themselves. Okay? It's a catch-22. It's like, I don't know if you're trying to leave a relationship, trying to leave a job, trying to switch something. Okay, it's almost like somebody won't let you because they're going to say, well, you antagonize people and you are always defensive of people. So do you really think we're going to give you another job, or we're going to let you move on, or we're going to give you this Ace of Cups? This queen, technically, she's already got her motherfucking cup. Okay, so whatever this is, I feel like this is extra. I feel like this is what the emperor is going to give them. Okay, obviously this emperor has something to give, and he wants to give it to this Queen of Cups, but people are talking shit. Okay, people are talking shit. The townspeople are talking shit, and he's like, okay, well, I'm either going to believe her, which are going to turn all of these people against me, but at least I've got her, or I'm going to listen to the townspeople, turn against her, keep this cup to myself. And if they do that, something very, very awful happens. Okay? And I don't know if by leaving this queen on their own to defend themselves changes them for the worst. Because that's the thing, is she knows an emperor is going to help her, and then the emperor doesn't and turns on her, she may turn on him. Okay? And I don't think these people are supposed to be turning on each other. I think they're supposed to be joining each other. Fuck what these town people think. Who gives a shit? Okay? They're going to be old news in no time. Okay? Because it's fucking small town bullshit is what it is. Okay, like obviously if somebody's defending themselves, maybe you should ask them, hey, by the way, why do you feel so defensive? Why do you feel like you have to protect yourself? Like, why do you feel like what's going on? And I feel like if this emperor, because they're an emperor, doesn't mean that they're smart. Okay, but they have made it to the emperor, so they're not stupid. Okay, put it that way. Even though there's a big S on their hat, are they smart or are they stupid? Okay, so 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. I don't know. I feel like it's possible that maybe back in the day you were super independent, okay? And they just don't understand why you would have to defend yourself so much because you are so independent and you are so grounded that they're not getting a huge piece of the puzzle. Okay, they're really not. And now I keep looking at these guys, and I feel like this is Michael Douglas, and I feel like this guy is the guy from Jurassic Park, Malcolm from Jurassic Park. I don't know what movie this is. I don't have to find this book, but I don't know. I feel like that's Michael Douglas. Anyways. Reunited or reconciled, the monster comes home. It's funny that because the wands, I mean, there's all monsters in the wands, basically. They're all fired up, but it states monster here, okay? And it also states that this is a monster. So I feel like one of these is represent of this Seven of Wands. Now, always remember, there's no sex in the tarot, okay? So I just have to say it a certain way, but I feel like this is the Emperor and the Queen of Cups making their... It's almost like signing their deal, okay? Making their proposal, right? It's like you shake your hand. It's a deal, okay? I feel like somebody's back and forth about making this deal for you, but this could be somebody from your past that you know. And I mean, it might not even be recent past. It might be a whole nother lifetime ago. Okay. And there's that Ace of Cups in between them. So I do feel like there's an Ace of Cups coming. There's an offer coming from somebody that you think doesn't like you. Okay, this Emperor, maybe that's why the passion is in reverse. They know that you're love. They are... Now, fucking Jack Nicholson just showed up from The Shining. Okay. That's when he's all fucked up. You know, like the hotel and everything has gotten to him now. He's all possessed in his energy. Okay. So, okay. Whoever you're dealing with, look at that. Two of Cups. Knight of Swords. Okay. And the Chariot. Okay. So whoever you're dealing with here has been a little bit up in their head. Okay. It's possible that they've just been working a lot. Okay. And they haven't really put like love on the table or this offer on the table because they work so much. Okay. But I feel like they're about to come knocking. Okay. Because they're all hyped up on this Queen of Cups energy. Okay. So it's a drive to succeed. Look at the drive to succeed. Okay. And then literally the Chariot. So that's why I feel like, my God, there's energy all around you that's moving forward, okay? Or you are, in fact, moving forward. And somebody has been doing some type of, this Emperor has been doing some type of huge investigation work, okay, with this Queen of Cups as to why they are the way that they are. There's Justice. Okay, now Justice is, she has our back. She has her back to us. Okay, the scales are literally tattooed on her back. She has the Ace of Swords, and that's really all she's interested in. That's it, the truth. She doesn't have to see it. Okay, she has to hear it, and it has to be identified as the truth, and only the truth. She carries a sword and scales, but she doesn't want to kill you. Just give you what you deserve. Okay. So that's this Emperor. I feel like this Emperor is not out to hurt you or kill you or do something to you. They're out to give you what you deserve. Okay. So I don't know if this Emperor is even an actual person or if they're a celestial being that's watching you. Okay. One of your ancestors or something. I don't know, but they're definitely seeking you to give you what you deserve. They just don't understand why you're so defensive. They don't understand why everybody's attacking you. They think that obviously if these people are attacking you, you've done something wrong. But I think they're starting to realize people don't need a reason to attack people. They just attack. Okay, so I think they're starting to realize now that even possibly the ones around them are not so innocent in their finger pointing and gossiping bullshit. Okay, I feel like this Emperor with this moon energy, I mean, this Emperor could be a Pisces. Okay, but I mean, if they are a Pisces, then they're very highly intuitive, which means they are using their third eye and their intuition to try to understand this Queen of Cups. Okay. And this Queen of Cups right now has so much anxiety. They're having nightmares. Okay. They have debilitating fear in certain things because they're being attacked. They're constantly being attacked by people. And I think that's why this Emperor is having such a hard time, because they're like, well, you've got to be doing something. You've got to be doing something. Again, no, you don't. You sometimes just have to exist in your own energy, and people just come knocking because they got nothing else to do. Okay, like I don't have time to throw hate or get my bullshit out there. I got too much shit on the go. I've got too many things to do. I can't sit around trap somebody and attack them. But other people who have nothing to do with their time, okay, and have really no friends, no actual authentic friends, will sit around and attack people because they're drinking, oh, and they're gossiping, okay? And I feel like, you know, the people that have a lot of friends, they need a lot of attention, and be careful with that. Okay, people who are grounded and set in their ways, they just on their own. Love and life. Okay. And I feel like that's what people hate about this Queen so much, is that they're down in the dumps with all these people listening and attacking while you're up here. Okay. And I think that bothers people. It gets to people. And this Emperor is like intrigued as fuck. Okay. Again, not sure what you're doing to them, but you're doing something to them. And they might just be a good Samaritan. Again, they might just be a good energy that's like, I don't understand why this collective, you know, is getting attacked all the time, and they're asking for help, and we need to help them. We need to figure out why. Look at that. Sitting on the bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups in reverse. Why nobody wants to be their friend. Why nobody wants to sit and have a drink with them, right? You realize she's sitting with a drink, but yet nobody wants to sit with her, right? You got to wonder why. So because this person is on their own, people wonder, well, there's a threat when you're on your own. Okay. People who are on their own are a little bit more secure in their energy, hence being alone. They don't need to talk to people about their affairs. They don't need to be engaged with people all the time. They're cool just being them in their energy. Okay, so whoever this Emperor is that is watching this Queen, okay, I feel like they're getting the ambitious energy to finally step forward. Okay, I think they're rising themselves out of this Six of Wands energy below this Seven. Okay, maybe they're used to being praised or adored by people, and you know, running the same kind of opinion as them and always thinking the same way as them. This Queen, she thinks for herself. She loves for herself. She does what's best for the greater good. These people, I'm finding, are kind of bottom feeders. Okay, they're more or less like this type of energy where I feel like they're just willing to hurt anybody, right? And behead anybody and disregard and disgrace anybody that they can. Okay. And it's very sad, you know, that people sit in such nasty energy, bothered about what somebody else is doing. You got to always be careful with people that are more obsessed with wondering what everybody else is doing instead of having their own life. right? Like those people that are on their phones all the time, constantly looking what other people are doing. What are other people doing? What are other people doing? Oh, if you just got into your energy, a lot of what are other people doing goes away. Okay, because like who the fuck cares what other people are doing? You know what I mean? Like by caring what everybody else is doing, you're lacking in so much of what you could be doing in the present energy by putting it onto other people. And I think this queen knows that. And I think this emperor, to be honest, is jealous of this queen and is jealous of how they can fight people off and jealous that they are standing by themselves with their own cup and their own wand, okay, with the fucking truth right beside them. Maybe they're a little jealous of that. Okay, so this emperor sees this queen automatically and most likely out of ego gets angry at them. Well, they've got to be doing something. Obviously, they're doing something for this, right? Until they step out of their ego and go, maybe it's everybody else that has a problem with her. And maybe because she doesn't have a problem with anybody or with even having a problem with somebody, maybe that's what pisses people off so much. Right? Because it's always, when you're saying something in your head or when you're going against somebody, it's always easy to just throw, you know, the first bullet at somebody, right? Thinking that they're an awful person. But this emperor, I don't know, I think he's starting to realize that the ones that are quick to fire and the ones that are quick to say something and shoot their mouth off, I think they're realizing that those are the true people to watch out for. Because this just seems a little bit too, you know, my best friend's dating somebody that I don't like, so I'm going to get him to break up. Like, it's a little too much like that. I can feel it. I can feel it. And you know what? Honestly, I moved to this town like 10 years ago, and it had a very not a much smaller population than what I'm used to. But this town, for some reason, nobody moves away from. Really, they all just stay here with their families and their ones that they grew up with, and never really changing, just kind of living. And there was this one group of guys, and they had been friends with each other since they were born. And when I entered the scene, they were in their 40s. So they had been friends with each other and knew of each other for over 40 years. Okay? Enter Whitney for a couple of years. Most of those friendships, the ones that said they were such great friends, we grew up with each other, we were born in the same hospital, blah, 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 ain't talking anymore. And it's funny that people say, and what's ironic, that people say that they have the tightest friendships with these people, and these are my boys, these are my family, blah, blah, blah. Takes one pussy to fuck that all up. Because they're not really friends. They're just born and raised together. So they all want pussy, and you only give them one, and there's 4 of them. Something's going to end up bad. You know what I mean? Something's going to end up bad. Because men fucking stink like that shit. But the same with women. Fuck, you have 6 women, you put 2 dudes in a new town. Those fucking women suddenly are like pulling each other's hair out. Okay, I want to fuck him. No, I want to go out with him. No, I like him. It's fucking ridiculous. That's why small towns are fucking dangerous as shit. Okay? If anything, the best thing you could do if you grew up in one is to leave it. You need to go see the real world. Okay? You need to go see how other people do it and not just your little fucking town. Okay? Because change has to happen. Things have to evolve. And new people in, and just like other people leave, okay? It happens everywhere. It's not just immigration and, oh, you just decide to move here because, you're hot to trot in the city and you want to come to the country and you want to come fuck up our town. If those motherfuckers from the city didn't come to this goddamn small town, this town wouldn't fucking exist. You know what I mean? So Evolve, people. Try desperately to evolve out of your little tiny towns and your bullshit brainwashing 40-year-old relationships that you think are great, but yet you're all fucking each other's girlfriends behind each other's back and you're all talking shit. I watched these guys talk for years about how tight they were. Oh, we're bros. Oh, we're fam, blah, blah, blah. Oh, when that tower hits, you got to say to yourself, like, was it really worth it to keep your little boy friends around? Like, literally, they're your boyfriends. They're your boyfriends, okay? Just like girls are your girlfriends. Is it really necessary to keep around catty, disgusting, unevolved people when you could just move on from it? You know, and it just is insane that people won't allow the movement that they need to survive, because they are in these cookie cutter lives that nothing ever happens to them and nothing bad ever happens. And they're always great. And there's always one suicidal one. And there's always one that gets pregnant all the time. And there's always the slut. And there's always the dude that's always single. You know, it's like small towns. They're made up of the same fucking people everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just ironic. Like if you're holding back being with somebody because your friends don't like them, then you don't really deserve to be with anybody. Okay? Until you get over the fact that your friends don't control your life. And if they're trying to control your life in some way, they are not your friends. Small town or not, I don't give a shit. In this small little town, these people that have this problem with me, I don't know who the fuck they are, but there's a few of them that have a massive fucking problem with me because I tell the truth and only the truth. Okay? I don't see them. God doesn't make me see them. I get diverted around. They see me, but I don't have to see them. You don't have to see people that you don't have a problem with, but they're going to see you if they've got a problem with you. You know what I mean? Just remember that. Food for thought. If you don't care about somebody's energy, you're never going to think about them. And just remember that. If you're thinking about somebody, it's possible that they're thinking about you, especially if you don't want to think about them. Be careful, because people can get into your headspace and take up your time and your energy and your thoughts. And they, in real life, apparently hate you. Oh, that's why you're watching me live. Oh, that's why you're stalking my fucking Instagram. Oh, that's why. Because you don't like me? Pretty sure it's not that you don't like me. You're obsessed. Now I've got somebody calling my phone, okay, and hanging up and prank calling me, okay? So it's just like, be careful. There are very little energies that exist in this world, and unfortunately, if you have evolved past it, there's an end. If you've evolved past it, then there could be quite a lot of people that are angry at you because of it, because they don't know how to evolve to that place, because they're still technically at that elementary school with all those people that they grew up with, right? Not changing, not growing, not really doing anything with themselves, but yet stalking your Instagram, stalking your life, because they are so obsessed with you. But for some reason, they'd rather fuck their friends. And they're not having sex with their friends, by the way. So, I mean, you'd rather have a butt buddy. You'd rather have a boy that you could call all the time than somebody to sleep with, than somebody to have your back and share the bills with, for somebody that you can just literally have a good time with whenever you want. You'd rather a best friend? What? Wow, okay. I mean, some people are like that. They would rather friends than lovers, you know, but you get to a point in your life where either you want one or the other. But in a lot of senses, you can't have both. You can't have all of these friends in the world with a lover. I mean, it just doesn't work. You know, you could try to make it work, but again, it's like, who do you really want to spend your time with? Because by giving your energy away to all your friends all the time, you're not spending time with yourself. Then you have to spend time with your spouse. So when do you get real time for yourself? You probably don't, which is why you give it to your friends, right? I know, food for thought, people. Spirit makes me say the weirdest things. Sometimes it's my point of view. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes, you know, I've been single for like years. I went 7 years not having sex. Greatest 7 years of my life. So, you know what? I didn't even realize by not having somebody just here all the time, I could just have peace in my life. I didn't realize that sex came with such attitude and bullshit. Same with friends. Since when do friends come with baggage? Like, what the fuck? Keep your baggage at your door. We're just here to have a good time with each other. I don't want to listen to your bullshit for the 7th day in a row. You know what I mean? So, food for thought, people. Okay. Let's roll the dice. Ooh, interference. Ooh, okay. Hermit energy with the first house and Saturn. Wow. Ah, speaking of Capricorn, that's Saturn. From Scotland. Hello, Mick Finnegan. Okay, but Virgo. Okay, so the Hermit's about to move. The Hermit is about to move. And then with Saturn, I feel like this is a long-term move. This isn't just like, oh, we're going to move and then in 3 months we're going to move again. No. This could be permanent residence, I just heard. Yeah, okay. So, very peculiar, but you know when things come up in your everyday life and then suddenly Spirit starts talking to them again, starts talking about something in my head. So, what I'm getting is, okay, I feel like there are people, okay, that are about to move into a long-term care facility. Okay, now, I feel like they don't want to be there. They don't want to go, so they're trying to hide. Yes. They don't want a new direction. They don't want to evolve. They don't want to change. They don't want anything to happen. They just want their lives to stay the same forever. Okay? And like we were just talking about, time can't stay the same forever. It can't. Same with friendships, people, nothing stays the same forever. Okay? Things die, things move on, things evolve. Okay? Same with, I was talking to a lady the other day and she said she was, her building gave her a warning that in a year, they gave her the year, everybody in the building a year warning that the building was actually going to be demolished a year from, and I think that year is coming up now. So she had, because she was like, I had a year for all this and blah, blah, blah. And she doesn't really know what to do. And she doesn't know where to go. And I'm like, you didn't plan anything? And she's like, no, not really. She's been in that house for like 15 years or that apartment for like 15 years. Okay. And now suddenly she has to move. And it's beyond her control. There's nothing she can do about it. They're demolishing the building. Where we live, very old buildings here. Okay. Like a lot of 1800 buildings. Okay. Even some 1700 buildings. Okay. So the buildings need to get serviced quite a bit, okay? And a lot of times they get to a certain degree, they'll just take them down, fire pit, and burn them. Literally. Okay, so I feel like, and especially if that's the Ace of Wands in reverse, I feel like this is not exactly the idea that they were hoping for. Okay, again, they really didn't want to change. Like, I don't know a whole lot of old people that get a lot of things taken away from them, that suddenly get put into a home, that really want to go to a home. Okay, some do. Some want retirement. Hey, yeah, freedom fucking 85. Okay, other people are like, that's a straitjacket. I don't want to go. I don't want to live in a place like that. Okay, where other people, they do. And some people, I mean, they pay a lot of fucking money to be in those retirement homes. Okay. Other people are required to be there by the state. Okay, so some people get a chance while other people have to make that decision, or, you know, they don't get to make that decision for themselves. Other people make that decision for them. Okay, so we just got America, the northern states, Northern America, and then we got also North America, Vicky and Straight to the Heart, King of Cups, and Vicky, the Knight of Cups. Vicky is the one that sleeps around, okay, in Reality Bites, right? She's at like 66 or 67 people that she's slept with at the beginning of the movie. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, okay. So I feel like whoever these people are that are going to be permanently moved soon, they could have been swingers. They could have been people who slept around a lot, okay? Or they're just whores in general. They really didn't take their life seriously, okay? And yeah, they kind of overkilled something. They lived a little bit too. It's possible that maybe they're being told they have to move because they don't have any money left, because they spent too much money in their retirement. They spent too much money when they weren't working. Okay, because now we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so now they're losing money, right? So they're going to have to go somewhere where they get possibly everything paid for, or their food. You know, because some of them, it's like you pay a month and they feed you. They, like, you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then they put snacks out all day, and your coffee's there. Everything's complimentary in some places. Okay, so it could be something like that, where they, you know, they have to pay every month, and have the place even feed them. And I feel like they can't fight back. Let's fight back in reverse. They have to do this. There is no other option. It's almost like now I'm getting with the King of Queens, you know, Arthur, her father comes to live with them because his wife dies and he can't take care of himself. He doesn't have enough money. He doesn't get enough Social Security. Okay, and there is security here. Okay, so it's almost like he has to go and live with his daughter. And in this case, these people could have been living with you for a while, and now you don't want them living with you anymore. Or there isn't even a thought of them to come and live with you. Okay, it's automatically like, nope, you're not my fucking problem. You're not my parents. You're not my risk. I don't want you. And I think that's what it is. I think nobody wants to take them in. Nobody wants to take care of them. Okay, because they're so old. Yeah, these could be really old people. All right, and having them around is not charming. You know, like, they're not going to help anything. They're not going to do anything because they're old. So what can they do other than barely walk around in their fucking carts or their wheelchairs? Okay, so I feel like someone's like, no, you're not coming to live with me. Go to a fucking home. Then they can take care of you. They can wheel your cart around. They can help you. You know, I can't. I got to go to work. I got to, you know, I've got a life. I've got things to do. And maybe this parent was a fucking asshole and they don't deserve to get taken care of by you. And they don't deserve their daughter to come and rescue them, or their, you know, there is a masculine here, so their son to come and save them or something. And somebody's angry. Okay, because maybe they were hoping by this time, when they got to this age, you would take care of them. You would let them live with you. You would take them in. Okay, but unfortunately, because they have been assholes to you, possibly gang stalking you, so possibly trying to intimidate you in some way or make you feel bad in some way, like, oh, you're going to send me there, and why can't I just stay with you, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, if you would have been a greater person to me growing up, then yeah, you could come stay with me, but you've been an asshole my whole life. And this has been scratching at the surface for a while. You knew you were going to get old. You are old. You knew this was going to happen, right? And now you expect somebody to come and save you. No one's coming to save you. Okay, in this person's life, no one's coming to save them. You know what's going to save them is a retirement home, an old age home. Okay, look at substance abuse. These people possibly drank their whole fucking lives, okay, or just didn't. I mean, substance abuse. I feel like they just abuse themselves. They abuse liquor. Okay, they abuse drugs. They could have just relied on drugs for the last 10 years to keep them alive, literally, like pain prescription and shit. Okay. So they spent a lot of money on drugs to keep them alive, and a lot of money on prescriptions, and a lot of money on doctors and stuff. So now they don't have any left. They overkilled their money. They were very naive. And the thing is that they were naive in a way where they should have known, like this person could have been a banker or something. They should have known what was happening. But instead, it's like they were too cocky at it. Like somebody who thinks they know money. Well, I know money. I'm not going to go broke. If there ain't no money coming in and you just keep spending it and spending it and spending it, then no, you don't know money. And yes, this is a sign that you're going to end up some type of home because you can no longer afford your house. Like somebody might just have to sell their house in order to get the money to get to the retirement home. Okay, magician, abracadabra, 911 on the clock. I do feel like somebody is, they're going to have to pull some magic out of their ass, okay, to make this work for them. And I feel like you just have to know about it, because I don't really feel like this has anything to do with you. If it does, okay, because we could be taking this in a different way as well. I do feel like in one instance with the Saturn in the first house, with Virgo turning into Cancer, there is a possibility that somebody in their immediate situation is about to change for the long term and go somewhere, okay, where there is no security threats, and they are on target to where they need to be, because you're not right now where you need to be. Okay, so just take it how it resonates. Somebody is definitely banking on this never happening, them never having to do this. And they're going to do it. They're going to have to. There is nowhere else for them to go. Oh my God, Troy Dyer just showed up. Oh my God, that's so funny, because you know what? Troy is the only one homeless in Reality Bites. He loses his job, he loses his apartment, and moves in with Lelena and Vicky. Okay, lightning fast, searching for something, war and blackout rage. I feel like these people are rushing at this point in time, rushing to get their house sold or to get some type of money, because they have to go somewhere else, and they're so angry about it. They're searching for something, and I feel like they're searching for another apartment. They're searching for a home. They're searching for they're searching for something, okay? And it's quick, and they're quiet. They're not really talking to anybody about it, okay? But they're angry that they have to give up the freedom. Okay, they have to give up the fire pit. This person might have a fire pit on their yard where they have fires every night, because it's freedom. It's their own house. Okay, and now I feel like they can't look after it. And actually, it was kind of ironic. One of the last times I saw my great aunt, her husband had just died, and she had been married by that time for probably 40 years. And her husband died, and they were in a house in the middle of fucking, New Brunswick, nowhere. Okay. And they had, 2-3 acres worth of property. And my aunt was, getting pretty old, overweight, not in shape at all. And it was coming into winter. And I thought, how the fuck is she going to take care of this place? How is she going to take care of the driveway? Like she's in the boons in the middle of nowhere. She has to put, chains on her tires, for fuck's sakes. She lives on like a mountain. Okay. How is she going to take care of this place? Literally, she made it like 6 months, and she had to move in with her sister. She couldn't live by herself. And she thought, well, just because my husband's not here doesn't mean I can't take care of myself. Doesn't mean this. Like maybe this person's husband had a stroke, had a heart attack, and now the woman has to take care of everything. I think something happened to a masculine Okay. It either happened to a masculine or it's possibly about to happen to a masculine. Okay. Where they get killed or something, or they get hurt, or they experience a heart attack or something like that. And then they can't, this other person can't take care of everything anymore. Okay. Heads up, impulsive. And then we got mover down here too. Okay, so I do feel like something is, look at feminine energy. Oh, I just switched it to the feminine. I feel like the feminine now, because she doesn't have the masculine, or because the masculine, something has happened to the masculine, she now has to adapt and evolve. And that evolution requires her to move out of her freedom and into some type of facility. And I just heard hallelujah in my head. Banking and financials. I'm not lying. Look at United Kingdom. Somebody's banking is not okay. Their financial state is not good. And they're old and they can't get it back up again. That's what she said. Okay, even the little blue pills aren't working. Nothing's working. Okay, so now we got cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. With haunting and fake. Oh, these people are hiding. Oh, these people are hiding. They don't want anybody to know what's going on. Okay, they don't want anybody to know what's going on with their money. It's all fake. They might not even have any furniture in their house. Okay, their whole life might be a lie. And that's really sad. People are about to find out. Because you know what's sad about it? Is that there are everyday miserable people that wish they could be in a house with a spouse and some kids on a lake with a fire pit and be happy. Okay? Because they see people like that and they think, man, I would love to be there. I would love to be happy, and have this picture perfect life. But what so many don't realize is everything might look perfect on the outside. Perfect gardens, perfect scenery, perfect grass, perfect house. What's inside that shit? Very different. Okay? How are they paying their bills? Okay? Who's paying the gardener to keep care of everything? Okay? What's in the house? Because that's the thing is actually to follow and kind of wrap. Look at trouble with money on the bottom of the deck. 5 of Pentacles. I met this gentleman out in Calgary when I was working, and he is a very rich man. Okay, very, very well off. He, just made a lot of great decisions, and he was very, this is how I'm going to make my money. Anyways, he took a lot of trips and a lot of business trips to meet people over the years. And he said one of the fakest places you could ever go to is Vegas. And I said, really? Why do you say that? And he goes, you wouldn't believe how many people he has met in Vegas. Look at Demon on their back, that have these beautiful mansions that are empty. And I was like, I looked at him. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? How the fuck? Why are they empty? What do you mean? And he's like, look at Kid in the Candy Store. And he goes, Whitney, they can't even afford their bills, let alone furniture to go into the house. So, I think it was just, I think sometimes we meet people in our journeys to just help us with the illusions and delusions that have been casted over us that we should be believing. And I feel like, that's why a lot of people don't like me. I mean, I'll take your little twisted fucking fantasy and I'll make it a reality pretty quick. Okay? Because for the most part, so many people are full of shit. Okay? Half the people on this shit are full of shit. Okay? Half the people videos, 3/4 of the people, 90% of the people, bullshit. Bullshit lives, bullshit stories, bullshit families, bullshit social media, bullshit happiness, bullshit backgrounds. Okay. Hello, AI. All right. And I mean, people they go crazy thinking that people can be that happy while they're miserable. And they don't realize those people saying that they're all happy, most likely miserable. Okay. I don't know why, but I think it's just people have learned to appease people and just tell people what they want to hear and just look the way that people want them to look. And then they just don't ask any questions, right? Well, you look normal and your house looks normal and everything looks nice, so you've got to be normal. No. But anyways, to stay authentic in what you do, okay? And try not to get hooked up on what your neighbors are doing across the street or what somebody is doing on the internet. I mean, you don't know people's financial states. You don't know where they truly live, okay? So try not to be envious of somebody's life, especially over the internet, okay? Because it's probably fake. Or, and even in real life, you know, to be jealous of the people across the street that they have a pool, okay, and you don't have a pool and their family has jet skis and you don't have jet skis. They might beat their children. They might be pedophiles. Those husband and wife, they might not even talk to each other. But yeah, they got jet skis. Sure, and they got a pool. But they are alcoholics. They scream at each other every fucking day. Their kids, they don't even feed them, right? So again, with the whole, you know, their lifestyle looks a certain way. Yeah, but they could just be completely full of shit and awful people. Okay, so, you know, Spirit just said, stay humble. Stay humble. Okay, try not to be like, well, this person has this, and this person has this, and this person has more hours than me, and this person makes more money than me. Try not to get yourself there because it's a hard road. Okay, thinking about everybody and what they have and what you don't have and where you could be, but you're not because somebody else is there. I'm like, try not to do that to your ship. And it's just going to kill you. Okay? It's going to kill you. It's going to split you. All right? My snake was sitting at the top of her enclosure laying down, and I thought she wanted to come out. So I lifted her up, and she just stayed in this little ball. And I thought, are you sleeping right now? I think she was. I thought she wanted to come out because that's the sign. They go to the top of their enclosure. I let them out, right? And so I had her out anyways, and she, you know, did her little exercise. I took her around and spent some time with her, whatever, put her back. I got home from work today, and she's in the same spot, but she's all curled up, and I'm like, oh my God, I think I took her out of her home yesterday, and she was just trying to sleep. She found a sleeping spot, which she never sleeps at, and I was just thinking, I just didn't know she's way back here. She's in this one back here. She's huge now. She's almost the size of me. I mean, lengthwise. But I just wanted to know if she was out. What up, Sarah? Long time no see. Just wondering if she wanted to come out and do a reading with us. But she's inside, so no reading from her, maybe another day. Okay, last reading. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Oh, by the way, we got members readings coming back on. Okay, members readings, $5.99 a month. I was talking about this on the actual reading, but I probably should tell you guys because I haven't really done an announcement with the memberships. But they're $5.99 a month. And I promise to do a reading every time Spirit tells me to. And I'm not going to put up too many a month, but I definitely will put up at least 2 readings a month, at least. That will be way more personal, obviously, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do 1 a week. But again, I have to wait for the energy and I have to know, right? Because Spirit needs to know who's going to be watching them. There's already like 15 or 16 videos up there from the previous time I had memberships going a couple years ago. So if you want to check that out, $5.99. We're not going to do the live chats just yet on there. Once the memberships build up a little bit, then we probably will do live only reads for the members. Okay. Pam, I do believe you were a member back then, so it's back. Everything's back. I'm trying to keep it pretty cheap, okay, because there's not going to be too much up there, because there isn't very many of you, so there really isn't much to talk about, but there's probably going to be something in there. If you ask for things, you will get them in the personals for the members. Okay? So, now that we're done talking about that, last reading, I literally, you know that Peyton girl just died, or I think her name was Peyton? No, is it? Yeah, Peyton? Is that a real word? I think that was her name. So I swear the chick from Scream, she was in Scream 4 and Scream 5. I think her name was Taylor, or I don't know. Anyways, so I'm pretty sure she came to me. Hayden, thank you. I was close with Peyton. Dyslexium for you. So I'm pretty sure she came here the other day when she was dead. The day she died, I'm pretty sure the next day she died, she was here. And she goes, can you watch Scream for me? And then I was like, well, which one are you in? And she's like, Scream 4. So she wanted me to watch Scream 4. And actually, I don't mind that one. So I watched it for her. She's only in the beginning. She does die. She ends up dying by the end. Well, really not, 3/4 of the way, and she ends up dying. But she came to me, and look, the card is here. The Scream card. That's Ghostface right in the middle there. The movies always start off with a phone call. Okay? So I feel like, and then with Freddy Krueger, my sister has seen this motherfucker in her dreams before. Like recently. I think she said just recently she saw him. I think I've seen him once. Yeah, I think I've seen him once too. I don't know. Okay. Cujo. Okay. So we got Halloween here. Halloween keeps coming up a lot. I don't know if there's a bunch of predictions that are bouncing off for Halloween, but it keeps coming up. Okay. So take it if it resonates. If you really like Halloween, you could like Halloween a lot. Anyways. So sorry, people, I might not have been seeing all your messages because they weren't on. My bad. I was seeing some of them. But if I missed your message, welcome everybody. Okay. Okay, so we've got The Call with Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and then Cujo. Okay. So I feel like what I'm getting is somebody's about to make a move that it's possible they've been really scared to do. They almost maybe feel like they were blocked from being able to do it, or punished or forbidden from being able to do it. They're now having dreams about it, so now they want to do it. Okay? So I don't know, you might get a call. I feel like you're going to get a call from somebody that has been in your dreams recently, or a call about a vision you had, okay? In the vision, it might have been scary. You might not have had a good vision, okay? But the vision is there because there's something possibly scary around you, or something sickly around you, or somebody or something that wants to hurt you because of the energy that it's carrying. Okay. So, or maybe this person sees that you're being attacked. I don't know, but, Trap in reverse. Oh my God. There's The Exorcist and Fate. I wonder if this person feels like you're possessed, or maybe they're possessed with something, and you're going to get a call from them. Okay. there's a few messages here. I feel like if there is somebody that calls you up, again, I can hear the phone ringing in the beginning of Scream every time. So I'm hearing this phone ring. Now, depending on who's on the other end of this call, I feel like this person that's on the other end of the call could be very possessed, very like under very bad influence or very bad energy. Okay. There is a notion of the universe telling you to please stay away from them. Okay. That whatever they have, they could give to you. If they do have a disease, okay, they could give it to you. All right. Cujo has rabies. People can get rabies. Okay. I feel like it's possible if they do have some type of venereal disease or something going on, they want to trap you with it too. Okay. They want you to have it too. They want you to experience it too. Okay. Because they don't want to be the only one with chlamydia. They don't want to be the only one with, okay, whatever it is, this possession. They want to share it with somebody else. And they say sharing is caring, not sharing your herpes. That's not caring for somebody. Okay. Not sharing your venereal diseases is not caring for somebody. Okay. In this case, sharing is not caring. So yeah, egg. Oof. I think there's a sexually transmitted disease here. You could have parasites. Somebody's got something either around them or is about to come knocking. Okay. And I don't think you're trapped with it. I think you're going to get away, but you have to see it for what it is. Like if suddenly you see an X or there's this sickly energy around you and you feel like, I don't want to partner with that. I don't want to be around that person. I don't want to do that. I don't, I really feel like the universe is trying to tell you like, no, you don't. Okay. Like, no, you don't. You don't need to be caught with them. You don't need to be doing anything with them. Okay. It's a curse. And I feel like they want to put it onto you, just like It Follows. I'm pretty sure it's about passing this guy on or something. I don't know. It's a weird movie. I didn't really, I couldn't watch it. It was kind of horrible, to be honest. But what I'm getting is with the ring, that's something that you have to pass on. Like you have to pass the videotape on to the next person. Okay. In this case, I feel like somebody's got something in them and they want to pass it on to you. And don't take it. I don't even think you're going to, because I think you know. I think you know that, you know, this person's not going to look right, or they're going to ask to like not use a condom, and you're just going to be like, what? No. This is not, you know, it's their harvest season. They want a child, children of the corn. Ooh, that could be what it is. You know, we do bring this up every now and then with the people that are trying to trap people with kids. Okay. And literally, I just watched this video of this woman who's on welfare with like 7 or 6 kids already. And she was trying to get knocked up with baby number 7 because welfare says that she doesn't have to work until the kids are 7 and her youngest is 2. So therefore, if they didn't have another kid, she'd have to work in 5 years, and she doesn't want to work in 5 years. So she wants to have another kid. Now that lady just suddenly appeared in my third eye. So I don't know if this is some type of trap, like somebody's trying to trap you. They're trying to get you to knock them up so then they can get some child support and some money. Apparently, like the money that people can get from kids is astronomical. It's kind of sick, to be honest. Like the amount that the government goes out of their way to help people with children. Okay. Because so many of these people, they start getting that help, and then they never work again in their life because the government's paying for everything. So why would they ever work? Why would they ever try? Whether they want, you know? So this could be because there's children here. Just be careful. Okay. Be careful with this phone call of potentially what could be offered in your life. If it doesn't seem like it's something for you, don't take it. If it seems like it's not somebody for you, and maybe you're just doing something because you're bored, don't do it. It might have horrible consequences. Horrible consequences. Okay. So please be careful with your extracurricular activities right now until this energy passes. Okay. Because again, a woman only ovulates like 3 days a month or 5 days a month. I think it's 3 days, but so they only have this little window of opportunity for a short thing, right? So if there's somebody that's like, please hook up with me, please come and see me, please this, please that, and you're like, well, I can't, this week. I'm going to have to meet you next week. Next week's not going to do because next week they're not going to be in heat. You know what I mean? Which is gross, but be careful. Okay. So peace out, everybody. I'm going to get going. I am starving Marvin, so I got to go eat. And thank you so much for being here. All right. We should be back tomorrow, possibly in the day. But if I'm not, I'll be back probably on Saturday. Okay, so hit the notification button for when we go live. Make sure you put your telepathic questions in to me so then Spirit can answer those questions when you are ready. And yeah, thank you to my moderator, Pamela. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody new. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for being here. And we will be back soon. All right, peace out, everybody.